Let's take a tour of my colonies. Lasius flavus. Originally purchased the top one from antkeeper.com. On the closing, the worker was black, so obviously not a flavus, a Niger. antkeeper.com was very apologetic and sent me the bottom colony as a replacement, which, you know, they were professional, they handled it correctly, which is an easy mistake to make. You know. These are my Prenolepis nitens. There's been a bit of drama with these recently, which the rest of this video after the intros will talk about. So I got 3 queens originally on the 21st of June, and they've just been developing nicely. So that's my ant shelf in the hallway. This is my other ant shelf. I have planned more space for as they grow. On the top is Lasius Niger, caught on the 17th of July. This is my Mesa barbarus. I don't want to interrupt my Fidiole. They are nicely, got several workers on the go. This is my Prenolepis cosmicus. These are coming to be my favourite colony so far. Queen's huge, the workers are so charismatic. Tylodensis. Acanthomermix tylodensis. These guys are really relaxed. A couple of fig seeds last them a long while. They get the sugars and the proteins as well. Keeping these at 25.5. Sorry for the mess. So, Prenolepis nitens. Got them on the 21st of June, 3 queen colony. Since then they've closed several workers. And then I thought they haven't been taking much sugar over summer because they go for an estivation period, which is like the opposite of hibernation. They rest in the summer. They don't go into full hibernation mode, they still raise eggs, but the workers all become repletes and they just basically go into like a semi-diapause. I think that's correct. I am learning here, so feel free to educate me if required. So these queens, this species is polygenic, which means they can be more than one queen. But sometimes, as I've learned recently in captivity, they decide they don't want to be polygenic. They want either 2 queens or 1 queen. And here you can see there's something going on here. Now, I've decided to create a YouTube channel because there's so much more video footage that I take and I can't fit into 1 minute on an Instagram. And that's the great thing about ant keeping, is you want to sit and observe. And you could sit there for hours just watching what they're doing and interacting and how they socialise. Because they're such a eusocial species, it's fascinating to see what goes on. I'm afraid this little queen looks like she's being rejected and outcast. So the problem I've got here is I am a beginner. I am starting out my ant keeping journey, and you know, we're constantly learning. So it's obvious they're being very aggressive to this lady queen, and I couldn't work out at first whether we were trying to just move her to a different part, because some polygynous colonies will live apart but in the same nest. I think this was obviously not the case here. If you just want to have an observe what's going on, I'll join you in a bit. It was heartbreaking to see she kept running back to the piece of cotton, wanting to join her sisters. And the crafty, these little workers, it's like they was offering sugar for trophallaxis, and then they'd just grab a mandible, and the other one would grab a leg, and I could see when they started grabbing her antennae that she was in distress. But if I have to do something, I can't just leave her there. I think when you're ant keeping, I personally think that you can't really let nature take its course, because we've taken it out of nature by putting it in a test tube. So I decided I had to do something about this. I couldn't just leave her in there. I mean, look at she's trying to exchange prophylaxis. She's trying to calm her daughter down. You could see the sugar come out of her mouth there, and then the little bugger grabs her mouth. It's quite sad to see. Like, some of these will be her own. She laid eggs and raised this brood, and they've turned on her treachery. So I decided to put her in a Wakushi starter nest that I got a while ago. I asked for advice on Instagram, and someone recommended, try raising them in something different, see if they'll be more advantageous raising them in a different environment. So I used this Wakushi nest. I was a bit apprehensive whether it should be fertile or not, but look at this. This is less than 12 hours later. This was the evening. You're talking 6 hours later. She's happily gone off and laid eggs. Look at her, she's so much better off on her own. This was a really nice sight to see. Because they've already raised workers, I have been giving them a bit of sugar and a bit of protein, so I just popped a bit in there just as a founding stage, and then I'll leave it to be fully claustral. And then I couldn't believe it, I checked the other colony, and the little monkeys have started on queen number 2 now. They've obviously decided they want to be monogamic, monogamous. They want a 1 queen colony, whether that's to streamline storage of sugar and protein, who knows. Queen number 3, the outcast, got a friend to visit. I'm gonna try raise them as a duel and we'll see what happens from it. And this is this morning. They've decided to raise a little brood together again. Best friends, sisters, striving together, outcast, desertion, betrayal. Who'd have thought that so much drama could come from such a sweet little colony? Prenolepis, nitens, the European fake honeypot ant. Wonderful. I mean, who said ants were boring, right? So thank you for joining me. YouTube videos are a lot longer, they're a bit new to me, but I'll see how they go. I don't know if I'm going to keep it up, we'll see what happens. And I hope you'll join me next time to visit one of my older colonies. Thank you very much. Enjoy. Cheers.